Hi, everybody. Today is my 7 month update, it's been 7 months since I've had my cTIF surgery, or combined transoral incisionless fundoplication surgery for heartburn or GERD. I had my surgery on June 20th, and today is January 20th. Overall, I would say that I'm better off now than before the surgery, but I am having some side effects that are disappointing. Um, I'm having esophageal spasms, a lot of them on some days, maybe over 50. And when I have these spasms, I can't really talk. Like I could kind of feel one coming on right now. And sometimes if I'm mid conversation and I'm talking to somebody and I just freeze and I can't talk, I have to explain myself like, yeah, sorry, I just had a spasm. Um, they're like, oh, it's okay, but it's it's kind of weird. So not too happy with that. And when I have these spasms, it like pulls on the wrap, and it you have a vagus nerve in that area, and what I think's happening is it's shooting pain up into my shoulder and my jaw, sometimes the back of my mouth. And if I have a whole bunch of them in a day, then the pain just gets worse and worse. I mean, if I only have one or two spasms in a day, which is pretty rare, then it won't really hurt. But if I have a ton of them throughout the day, then it will hurt. And on really bad days, I'll take Flexeril, 5 milligrams, which is a muscle relaxer, and that eliminates, I would say, 75% of the 75% of the esophageal spasms or diaphragmatic spasms. So there's that. On the positive side, I could have I could have coffee. Um, I could have some trigger foods. I could have like lemonade. I could have tomatoes. Um, I could have stuff that I definitely could not have before the surgery, even while on maximum dose of PPIs. But what I can't have is meat. I can't have beef, chicken, pork, fish, eggs. Um, and my guess is because these um, foods um, trigger or um, they stimulate acid production in the stomach. And I think a little bit is washing up into the esophagus, not much. I think I can get a little bit of reflux because sometimes I feel like a bubble gets stuck. Like if I have to burp, a little bubble will come up, maybe an inch or something, and it triggers spasms, and I can't really get it out, and then I have to try to relax my esophagus and burp it out. I could still burp, but it requires a little bit of effort. I just have to relax my esophagus, and it took me some time to learn how to burp again. Um, but I can't like strain and force the burp out. What I have to, because I think that squeezes on the esophagus and it makes it harder to burp. But I'm able to burp if I just relax my mouth and my throat and just relax the esophagus, and it lets the air out, and it sounds really weird. But oh, and the gas situation, I the gas is crazy. The amount of gas that I have is it's actually almost comical. Um, and I don't know how this wrap is going to last with the amount of gas I'm having. I mean, the way things are going right now, the amount of gas bloat that I'm having, it just seems like it's a matter of time before the amount of gas that I'm experiencing, it just rips this wrap apart. I don't see how it could last. I really don't. Um, so maybe what I'm guessing is maybe it's the gas that caused my heartburn to begin in the first place. Maybe this crazy amount of gas, and I just didn't really notice it before the surgery. Maybe the crazy amount of gas caused my esophageal sphincter to loosen up and cause a hernia because the gas is crazy. I mean, I have a doctor appointment coming up. I might ask for antibiotics because I'm eating a lot of carbs because I can't really tolerate protein that much. I can tolerate um, yogurt. Yeah, I could eat yogurt, but I'm eating a lot of carbs, and the carbs just they they seem to just turn to gas, and it's crazy the amount of gas that I'm having. and I'm taking Gas X, and I'm taking licorice root, and licorice root tends to help. So, the anti-reflux barrier is working, but I'm having a lot of gas build up, and I noticed that the wrap it's kind of loosening up a little bit, so I'm able to burp a little bit more as time progresses. So it's easier to burp now than it was a month ago for sure. So I'm not bloating up as much, but I'm kind of burping a lot now, and the burp just comes up maybe an inch or so, and then I feel like I need to let it out because it feels weird when it's stuck in the esophagus. So the surgery, the plus of the surgery is that I'm not having burning in my esophagus 20 hours a day, 20, out of 24 hours a day. Sometimes even before the surgery, I'd be burning all the time. So I'm not burning all the time. And I'm really not having heartburn ever. Maybe if I have some beef or pork or chicken or something like that, or eggs, I might feel like a little bit of irritation, but really the burning situation doesn't really happen. So that's the plus, is I'm not really having like heartburn, but I am having spasms and gas and things like that. So overall, the trade-off is worth it. I would still say the trade-off is worth it, but I'm not like totally symptom free, or I'm not 100%. The solution to the heartburn problem caused some new smaller problems, is what I'm saying, which is kind of what I expected. So overall, I don't really regret it. So I guess that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment or ask. I'd be happy to help. And another thing is I had metaplasia in the esophagus. So I had some stomach cells in the esophagus, which means, that with the repeated acid exposure in the esophagus, some cell changes happened, which is like indicative of, it raises your odds of getting cancer in the future. So I wanted to address that too. It's another reason I had the surgery. And so now that I had the anti-reflux surgery, my odds of getting cancer, see, I just burped, and it's kind of now I'm having like a little spasm. But anyways, the odds of me getting cancer are way lower now, so I'm happy with that. So with the metaplasia, I think, because of my age, I'm only 37. I think it was a good idea for me to both resolve my symptoms and reduce my odds of getting cancer from the reflux. So any questions, let me know. Be happy to help. Thanks for your time, and good luck.